So, hey guys, this is a weird one from me. I'm just gonna jump straight in. Actually, that's a lie. Before I do, oh, come on, light. Let's play ball. Let's make me look not orange. So, hello, basically, my light is weird. Let's just roll with it. It doesn't want to stay on one thing, probably because it's so light and raining. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, so I've got some balloons floating precariously behind me, and I'm in a vaguely different space because apparently my room doesn't want to let me film today. But today, this is a weird video, kind of, I don't know how to describe it. But before I get into it, I just want to quickly shout out my Etsy, which my scrunchies are now available on, and these cute 2-pieces, so go check them out. Anyway, this is me reacting to a video I did when I was 18, which was like an open letter to my 21-year-old self, and I'm reacting to this because tomorrow's my 21st birthday. I was obviously supposed to film this tomorrow, but tomorrow's kind of a manically packed day, and I'm at uni and then sort of going out and stuff in the evening preparing for my party on the Saturday, so today I thought now was the best time to film it. But without further ado, this is me reacting to my dear 21-year-old me video. So I'm gonna watch it, pop it on screen, and we'll just see what I've achieved, what I mostly haven't achieved that I thought I might have done by the time I'm 21, and yeah, just see what I had to say. I haven't watched this video since I uploaded it, so I literally have no idea what I spoke about and what's gonna happen. So let's do this. This has 3.4 thousand views, so that's, you know. Can we just talk for a second about my jazzy old intro? Like, what a mess, but also so much fun. I don't know when I'm posting this video because I'm forward recording quite a few of my videos to keep up my schedule that I've planned. This is a video that I will be responding to in about 2 years' time. Firstly, the makeup is not good in this. Those eyelashes are not good. The eyelashes I'm wearing in this, probably not good either. Other than that, I think I look pretty similar. I'd like to think my face has got thinner because I was like about maybe 2 stone heavier at this point, but you know, who knows. The necklace I'm wearing in this video, I literally lived in that for even the whole first year of uni. Like, I never took it off. My favourite necklace ever. Although what I will say is my brows are looking pretty good. I sound like I have a cold, but when do I not? So let's continue. I recently watched Musical Bethan's video on where she was responding to a video she made to her 21-year-old self when she was 18. She said 2 years, that's 3 years. Editing is just so appalling, it's actually hurting me. So I would leave myself a note with a few things that I wanted to do and accomplish in that time, and then I'd go back and read it and see if I'd done those things. When I watched the video, and I watched a couple of others like it on YouTube, I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. Hopefully I'll still be making videos by the time I'm 21, and right now I'm 18. I wish I'd kind of done one when I was 16, then I could look back at it now. I am still making videos, kind of sporadically, but like, I'm still there. I think at this point I hadn't hit 10,000 subscribers yet, so I mean, I haven't grown particularly fast, but we're on like 34,000 or something, which isn't too shabby, you know. I'm pretty happy with that for someone that doesn't have a lot of time to give to YouTube. I think 18-year-old Laura would be pretty happy with that too. But I feel like a lot's gonna change between now and when I'm 21. Honey, you got a big storm coming. A lot has changed between being 18 and 21. I didn't realise just how much though. Like I said, I thought a lot would change, but a lot has. And I think I've just changed massively as a person, but also in life. So Laura, you were correct. There are a few things I just want to tell my 21-year-old self, and then when I'm 21, I can look back on this and respond and react to this video and see what I've managed to accomplish. By the time I'm 21, I will have, so if I do it this time, in 3 years, I will be in my final term of university. I'll be graduating this year, which is terrifying. Hopefully I will have had a good, potentially main part in my second year show. Really hoping that. Well, that didn't happen because I just didn't get a main part in my second year show. However, I was dance captain, and Annie Get Your Gun, which was my second year show, was actually probably one of my absolute highlights of university. Like, it was just one of my funnest experiences. I really felt like I found myself as a performer during that performance, as weird as that sounds, and that was the start for me of leaning towards doing costume design and costume work, which is something I think at 18 I had no idea that I wanted to do, which is weird because I've spent days sort of like printing off pictures and getting my portfolio together, which is weird. I do, and hopefully I did really good in my exams and all my assessments and stuff at the end of my second year, so that I can get a first when I graduate university. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that I'm graduating uni with a first. What I hadn't factored in, and what I hadn't thought would be a problem, was me getting super sick at the end of second year, and well, end of Christmas in second year, and then having to mitigate. But I did okay in my mitigation. I'm coming out with I'm like 0.5 of a mark off a first for my average for second year, which is still pretty good, and I think if I do really well this year, then fingers crossed I might leave with a first. So, you know, these dreams, might still come true. We're not reaching anything super disappointing yet.
Hopefully I'm getting ready for the agents showcase and I'm gonna leave with an agent, but obviously even my 21-year-old self won't even know that yet.
This is true, I do not know that yet. I'm really happy with what I've been given to perform in the agent showcase. Basically we do a showcase in London in May where agents come and they can kind of scout you, I guess, pick you where they want you on your agency. Although we've also had a few agents come into uni and we're supposed to be sort of finding them for ourselves. I'm in the process of filming self-tapes to send to agents. This is cool because my first graduate audition that I did was for Dear Evan Hansen, and I haven't really heard anything since my recall, but I got a recall from it, so I think Laura would, 18-year-old me, would have been like chuffed to bits with that, because Dear Evan Hansen didn't exist yet properly. I mean, it did exist, but the soundtrack hadn't been released and all that sort of stuff when I filmed this video, but it quickly became my favourite one of my absolute favourite musicals throughout second year, so I think 18-year-old me would be hella pleased with that, because like 21-year-old me is hella pleased with the fact that I managed to get a recall for my first graduate audition for like a pretty big musical.
So in the next 3 years, hopefully this channel grows. I'd kind of like to maybe hit 30,000 subscribers. I'm on like 11.5 now.
Oh, it was on 11.5? But I wanted to hit 30,000 subscribers and I've pretty much hit the nail on the head with that. I'm on 34,000. Admittedly, I've been slowly losing subscribers since Christmas, but let's not dwell on that part. Let's focus on the positive. Laura, you did it. You hit 30,000. That's sweet. That's made me happy.
So I don't think that's an unreasonable goal if I continue making videos, because I've got like 3 years to achieve it. Hopefully I will have saved up enough money to get an actual camera so I can do this editing thing properly.
I did! I'm currently filming on my Canon camera, which I actually can't remember even what the model specification is, but I saved up and I got this just after Christmas. That's so... I thought I was going to be hella disappointed. I mean, we've still got 8 minutes left of this video for me to be disappointed with myself. However, thus far, I've managed to semi-achieve most of the things that I had hoped I would, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that. I did save and I got a camera and I've got a mic and lighting and stuff, so I'm doing well.
Hopefully my editing skills will have improved dramatically, because I watch my videos now and I'm like, this editing is bad, but I don't know how to fix it yet. Hopefully I'll have like a better intro.
At least I knew I was bad at editing. Like, I didn't think I was great. I knew it was as bad as it was. And I think my editing has improved. It's still not amazing. I mean, my videos that Connor edits for me are significantly better, but you know, I'm getting there. I think I would have been hella impressed. I've said hella far too many times to be allowed in this video. I think I would have been really proud of my fast fashion video, because for me it was like not masses of complicated editing involved, but it took me so long, and for someone that's really just not very confident at editing, I was really proud of myself, so I'm happy with that.
Worked out an outro finally and just have better quality videos.
Well, I don't have an outro, but I do have an intro, which Connor made me very kindly. But my outro is basically bye, see you next time, bye, and then I just leave, get off the camera, basically.
I meet more incredible people and keep the people that I have in my life. I know I've been having a lot of changeable friendships recently, but I'm hoping that I still stay friends with everyone that I'm close to at the moment, and that I'm living in my third year house with the people that I'm living in my flat with now, because they're amazing and I don't want to live with them while I'm at uni. Hopefully.
So I am still living in my house with the people I lived in a flat with in first year, and we lived here in second year, and we've lived here in third year, so that's still stayed. I'm still really close to all the people that I've been close to at uni, and I gained a really incredible friendship group in second year. They've featured a little bit on this channel, and if you follow my Instagram they'll be on there all the time, but Katie, Daisy, Steph and Lomax, and we're like unbreakable. They're like, there's not a lot of people that you feel like you're really like, these are permanent people, but I really hope, and yes, you never know, but I really hope they're permanent people, because I just adore them, and they do so much for me, and they just would never even realise how much they've done for me. And changeable friendships, I think at this time I had just sort of not lost some friends that I was really close with, but I had was drifting apart from friends that I was really close with, and funnily enough I literally have spoken to some of those people today, just random, you know, Twitter things and stuff, and I think it's really nice that, like, although I've drifted from them, we're still like in communication, and they're still, you know, we still know what's happening in each other's lives to the extent that you can only know if you watch someone's social media. But I'm really happy with where I'm at with my friendships and stuff. Obviously I didn't know Connor when I made this video, and I, like, you know, he's incredible and like one of the best things to come out of uni for me, but yeah, so I'm happy with that. I feel like I've said that a lot this video, but I was expecting to be a lot sadder. First year was just an unparalleled level of happiness for me. As someone that does suffer with depression and anxiety, for my first term of uni was like magic. Like, it was like someone had lifted those illnesses from me. I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous, but for that first term, I think that's probably the happiest I've ever been in my life, and I don't know whether I'll ever achieve that level of happiness again. And so it's not that it's gone downhill, but things have got way more stressful, and I've loved uni. Uni is the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. Like, choosing this uni and the people I've met and my course, it honestly has, there's nowhere else, there's no other path I think I should have been on. So I'm so happy that I've stuck it out, and it has been really hard, and I've faced a lot of challenges that like 18-year-old me would just have not have even thought about, my health being the main thing, and stuff, and I'm really proud that I've managed to like get this far, and like I'm actually gonna graduate, and like fingers crossed I'm gonna graduate, and like I'm going to New York. There's just a lot of cool things happening in my life now that 18-year-old me probably wouldn't have even thought were possible.
Probably going to be some tough things happening, but whatever happens, I hope that I sort of get through it and it'll be okay. Stuff in my family is probably going to happen. We know there's some big things that are going to happen imminently, and I hope that you get through them okay and that you look after your family.
So I posted this video on the 7th of January 2017. So I think at this point, my great aunt was like a massive part of our family, and she was really sick, and we knew she was going to die, and then she did, and that was, I think, probably like it would have been about 2 months, maybe a month, about a month and a half after that video went up. So things were just like not good, and it was really difficult, and I know that me at 18 was like scared of it happening, because I knew it would change a lot of things, and it was awful, and I still remember just like I was at uni when I found out, like I knew it was happening because she'd been in hospital and stuff, but I was devastated, like, obviously, and it was really, really hard for, like, it was just hard being away from my family and stuff, but it basically, when my auntie died, I got her sewing machine, and I started sewing because she taught me. When I was little, I would go to my auntie's house and she taught me how to cross stitch and embroidery and knitting and stuff like that. And so she was always, and she would used to make me like fancy dress costumes and stuff. So she was always the person everyone would go to if they needed an alteration or like trousers taking up or something like that. And so when I inherited her vintage Singer, I got into my head that I was going to make a Belle cosplay. I was like, I'm going to learn how to do this, because I've always like dabbled with stuff like that, never tried anything properly. And I started sewing, and I haven't stopped since. It's now become such a big part of my life, and like today I got given a bag of clothes from someone at uni, and I'm doing alterations for them, and I'm now that person that everyone comes to for alterations, and I'm making a career out of it now. So it's like, it was an awful thing that happened that led to me discovering something about myself, and then, but like I think the sad part, like one of, obviously there's so many sad parts to it, but one of the main sad parts is that like auntie never got to see me learn to sew and do all of these things and make the things I've made, and I think that's a shame, because I think she would have really liked them. She would have told me all of the things I'd done wrong, which would have been super helpful, but yeah, so that's like just a thing that 18-year-old me knew was coming. She didn't know how she was going to deal with it, but she dealt with it. I dealt with it, and like there is, no matter like how awful, like there is always like a thing that comes out of it that's like a positive. That sounds awful, like it sounds not what I'm trying to say, but like me like taking on sewing and like sort of bringing that into my life is a good thing that's happened out of it, and like I'm proud of myself, and I think she'd be proud too.
I hope you get better at makeup, because right now this is the best my makeup skills have ever been, but I know that by the time like 3 years goes and pass, I'll probably be like, this makeup is terrible.
I agree, because I did say that right at the start of the video. I was well proud of my makeup in this video, but that's because I'd only just started doing the whole like eyelashes, like actually trying to do eyeshadow type of situation. I don't think my makeup's awful today. It's definitely not amazing, and my skills haven't, like, they're not amazing. However, I do think I've got better. I mean, that's subjective. Feel free to tell me I look gross in the comments, because, you know, people often do.
also styles will change in this whole outfit and this whole hair, and all of this will just probably be wrong, and I'll be like, what the heck was I doing?
It's funny because like you're always gonna look back and be like, oh, why did I wear that? Why did I do that with my hair and stuff? This is the style that I've been adopting for the last 2 months, maybe, middle parting, hair clips, and I know that give it a couple of months and I'll be like, why did I do that? It looked weird. But I like it at the time, and I think that's all that matters. My style, I haven't worn that shirt in forever. In fact, I've developed somewhat of a block against colours recently. The only thing I can wear is pink. I think it's part of my OCD. It's really hard to tell these days, but I have to wear pink at all times. It's a struggle, to be honest, and it's making my life a little bit difficult, but I'm like really happy with how I am like style wise at the moment, and I'm happy with like my New York outfits I've got planned and stuff. So I mean, even though I'm not like thrilled about what I'm wearing, and like when I had that fringe cut, that was just a poor idea, but I think I'm finding out, oh my god, mate, look at that fake tan versus your normal foundation colour. Not good. That is not a look.
If I continue to do like good things and be a good and better person, which is what I'm trying to do at the moment, and keep calm all the time.
I do not keep calm all the time. I try, but I don't.
I hope I do more Harry Potter things. Like, I want to go to Wizarding World of Harry Potter, although I don't think that will ever happen by the time I'm 21, but who knows, I may end up going. You never know. I've got 3 years to try and like save up. So I want to save up for a camera, but I also want to save up. And
so I didn't go to Wizarding World, and I haven't been to Wizarding World. However, I plan to eventually, and I know I will go eventually. Like, it's just one of those things. And I'm going to New York, so that's cool. And I have done cool Harry Potter things. Like, I got invited to the Fantastic Beasts premiere, and I got to go and do the wand stuff in London. So like, I have achieved some of what I wanted to do.
Go to America or go to New York by the time I'm 21, although that's kind of an unrealistic goal.
What the hell? I didn't even, right, like I always knew I wanted to go to New York, right? And I know I technically haven't done it by the time I'm 21, but I always, like, I didn't even realise, like I always knew I wanted to go to New York, but I didn't know if it would be something that I'd put in this video. But the fact that I wanted to go to New York by the time I'm 21 and I'm going to New York for my 21st birthday, that's pretty, oh, I can't get over the colour, how bad this neck to face colour thing is. I don't think it's that bad in real life. I think it's the light. We'll pretend it's the light. Just please ignore it and know that I'm aware of it.
Looking like a novel's probably not going to happen because I'm 18 and I've only like 20,000 words into one that I'm not really got my heart in at the moment. I'm hoping that maybe I can get published in poetry. So I hope you look down the route of doing self-published a poetry book, a compilation of all your poems, and I hope that you win some writing competitions. Recently, I've been entering loads, so future you, look out for your emails, you might get a few. You never know,
I stopped doing the whole writing competition thing. I entered a poetry one a while back, because then when I was in first year at uni I got into the final 8 like accidentally, and I had to go up to London and stuff, which was cool because I wrote the poem in like 15 minutes. Like the deadline was about to happen. I was like and I haven't been published. I will self-publish eventually, and I'd planned to summer just gone, but I was so busy doing In the Heights and stuff, so I just ended up not being able to complete like enough work, because I have got a bunch of poems but there's just not enough for me to realistically put it all into an anthology. And I started structuring it, like I've got the format and the templates and stuff on my laptop that I've been filling in, but like it just hasn't happened yet. It will happen. Maybe I'll do a Dear 25-year-old me or something, and we'll see what happens then. Maybe that will happen.
Maybe you did work experience at the BBC or something like that, getting into the journalistic style of like that kind of life, or maybe doing runner work or something like that. I hope you get to do like good experiences like in your summers, whether you do summer jobs, working for a production company or something like that, just a summer job in the field and making money so you can buy a camera and go to Wizarding World.
I've made a lot of money, but I've made money from sewing, so I haven't done any runners jobs and I haven't worked at a production company or anything. However, I don't want to do that anymore. Like, that is where me and 18-year-old Laura differ. But what I have done is a shit ton of costume experience and work. I've costume and set designed 2 full shows, and I costume designed a show that was in London in the summer, and so like I didn't achieve exactly what I wanted at 18, but I achieved what I wanted as a nearly 21-year-old. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think that it just goes to show how much things change. I'm not really particularly interested in being a journalist anymore, even though I kind of thought maybe I'd go down that route, or news presenting. Potentially, I mean, I still had that sort of inkling of being backstage and doing backstage work, maybe as a runner, but that's not where my heart is now. My heart lies definitely in costume, a little bit in set. I never really wanted to do set, but I've been pushed into it and now I kind of like it. So that's where we're at.
So I guess I hope I'm still doing this and I'm still passionate about what I want to do in the future, and that I sort of know which direction I'm going in, and that I continue to work hard. I guess I could have worked harder this term as well, so hopefully you keep a good work ethic and actually do try when you go to uni and get good grades and stuff.
I do try at uni. I think I'm naturally like a relative. It's so difficult because I want to say I'm a lazy person, but I'm also like the opposite of lazy because I have to be doing something at all times. I'm so easily bored. I'll take on 1,000,001 projects, but also I procrastinate, so then I never get the projects fully finished to the best of my ability. So I'm like complete contradiction in every sense. However, I feel like I have really worked at uni and put in the hours. Like, it's been really hard, particularly doing stage management and costume stuff, but like I have accomplished all the things I've set out to accomplish, and I'm like proud of myself for that, and I know what I want to do. Like I want to do theatre, I want to do immersive theatre, I want to do exploratory, I want to do like interesting theatre, this that has like a purpose and is like truly about storytelling. I know that I want to do costume, and I just want to be in the industry creating stuff, and for me like I've really sort of found where I'm at. And so I think 18-year-old me would be like, thank God you have a plan, because I don't. Because like I've been like applying for stuff and auditioning and things, and I won't find out whether they're successful or not for another few months and stuff, but if I am successful in them, then I will have a really good year set up for me for the next year.
Hopefully I'm in better shape. Something that since I was like 11, I've never been happy with my body, and I'm still not at the moment. This is the heaviest I've ever been. Physically, this is probably the worst I've ever looked. So hopefully by the time I'm 21, like this year, I'm trying to make changes, and I want to actually change my body to something that I'm happy with. So by the time you're 21, I really hope that you're happy with your body at last, and that you like look like a dancer.
Like, this is such a difficult one, because I've just never liked my body. That I've always been heavier, and that I think that's just naturally how I am. However, I think I'm about 2 stone lighter than I was in this video, and I'm happier for it. I know I'm not saying you have to change your body to be happy. Like everyone has their own like thing that makes them like feel good about themselves. And for me, especially after summer just gone, when I really dropped the weight after getting really heavy again after being on steroids, I feel so much better in myself, and like I can look at pictures and I don't get upset. Like when I did Wonderland, the show I did but just before Christmas, it was the first time I've ever looked through like the professional pictures taken and not like wanted to cry and hated them, because I was like, oh, like I look okay, like I don't think I look fat. Like for me that was just such a revelation, the fact that I could look at these pictures and say, oh, like I don't want to change anything about them, they look fine. And I keep saying, oh, I still want to lose X amount of weight before I go to New York, but I'm trying to like combat that in my head with like being like, oh, you don't need to lose this much weight, like you look good in these clothes and this kind of stuff. So I am happier, definitely happier than I was. Could be happier with how I looked, but like it's a never-ending struggle. No matter how much weight you lose or gain or change, or nothing you change about yourself is going to make you feel the way you imagine it's going to feel when you eventually get to that ideal weight, or you step on the scale and you see what you want to see. Like it's not, I think it's a never-ending thing. It's a cycle, and it's just learning to love how you are at the moment. And I think I'm getting there with that. Not 100% there. I'm not claiming to be 100% there, but I'm close. I'm just going to move my lighting around because the sun has gone in. There we go.
Something you've always wanted to do, and that you've just improved in all of your dancing and everything, and I think you will if you get the body that you think would look better when you dance.
18-year-old me, girl, like we agree on most things, we do not agree on that. Anybody can dance. Like no, there isn't a way you need to look to be a good dancer, and that was something I knew but I didn't believe when I was 18, but I know and believe it now. I do feel like I look like a dancer, but that's because I dance, not because my body's any different. I've got more muscular. I'd be very proud of the fact that I went to the gym all summer and I've built up some muscle, and you can kind of see abs sometimes, and my arms kind of have a little bit of definition. If that's what I wanted to achieve by saying I want to look more like a dancer, then I did. However, anybody can dance. You don't have to have a six-pack and really muscly to make yourself a better dancer. You can only be a better dancer by practicing and being, you know, a good dancer. So I think I have improved in a lot of things. I haven't danced as much as I wanted to over the last year, purely because I had to miss a lot of classes to do the costume stuff, and then I also have been very sick. So my dance hasn't improved the way I wanted it to, but I think I'm better than I was when I started at uni, and I feel confident to sort of continue and go out into the industry now and say, yeah, I could be a dancer in this.
I just hope I just keep improving and keep being better and keep being positive. There's obviously going to be moments that are going to be really shitty and gross or whatever, but hopefully you can just like get through them and they'll be okay. I don't want to miss anything out, but I don't really know what else I want to say. I just want to be better and to have good experiences, and by the time I'm 21 I know I'll change a lot, but like just I can't even imagine what's going to happen to me in the next 3 years. Like I literally have no idea. I know I'll be at uni, but I don't really know what else, because so far my life has been one big unexpected journey.
It has been an unexpected journey, and I did have no idea what was going to happen, but like I'm happy ultimately with where I am. I'm not like, oh, my camera's gonna die, so I need to wrap this up quickly. I'm not in the best place that I am at the moment, but like I know that I'm going in the right direction.
I just have no idea what's been happening. Everything has just been massive surprises and whatnot. So have a good time first and foremost. I hope you just really have a good time and like live and do things and have experiences and take loads of photos like you always do, but don't take too many photos that you forget things and miss out on moments. Keep taking Polaroids and do more art and create more things and just do that kind of all that business, because life has not exactly been it's been pretty easy in the grand respect of the world, but there's been some curveballs thrown at you, so hopefully you deal with them in a manner that makes life okay. Whatever happens, I'll be proud of you. Keep being yourself. And
I'm glad she's proud of me. I'm glad I'm proud of me. And like with doing more art and stuff, I have been really creative, just not in the way that I thought I was going to be creative with costumes and stuff. But 18-year-old me, like, dude, we got it. Like, we're okay. We're doing fine. Like, we're about to enter another really, really super scary patch of our life where everything is completely uncertain. But like, we're doing okay, you know? Like, we made it. We've made it to the end of uni, almost, fingers crossed, and we're doing alright.
And never stop doing dinosaur impressions.
I've never stopped doing dinosaur
being silly,
impressions.
because it's what makes life fun. Good luck. So I'm going to come back to this video. I'm going to try not to watch it ever again after I edit and upload, so then I will sort of forget what I've said, hopefully, and I will, because I'm a very forgetful person.
Oh, yes, I have completely I've forgotten what I'd said in this video, but I'm glad that she said good luck. Okay, so I've messed up a little bit. I've said that I'm going to come back to it in January when I'm 21, but I've come back to it on my 21st birthday just because I think that makes sense to me to do that. And like, as much as it would be like cool to come, but like I think I meant to come back like in January, like this year, so maybe I'm late. Maybe, who knows? I don't know how 18-year-old Laura's mind worked. We're different people now.
I will come back to it in January when I'm 21, if I'm still making videos, which I will. I know I'll still be making videos because this is such a big part of my life. I can't imagine ever stopping. I'll still be making videos, and I'll come back to this and see if I manage to achieve any of these goals. I feel like a lot of them are unachievable, but hopefully just being like...
So, like I've said, I thought I wasn't going to achieve any of the things I've said in the video, or like not, and I said that a bunch of them are unachievable, but like I've managed to achieve like a load of them. So like I'm really proud of myself, and I'm happy that I've done this, happy I've made the time to film this video, and I'm really glad I filmed that video when I was 18. So my camera's blinking at me and I'm gonna need to go because I'm now late for a lesson. But thank you so much for supporting me throughout all the years that I've been doing this, and I hope you continue to support me, and I hope this was interesting. If you're interested, go back and watch the full video. I've included most of it in this video, I think. And let me know if you have any things that you want to say to your future self or your younger self. And I'm just happy knowing that my younger me would be proud of me because I am doing what I love and I am happy-ish most of the time. So I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you check out my social medias and subscribe, like this video if you liked it, turn on the notification bell, and check out my Etsy, buy some scrunchies because I'm a broke ass bitch and my scrunchies are cool. Anyway, goodbye.